So I managed to get into the office, and yeah, welcome back to Abel's Forex. And in today's video, we're going to talk specifically on this new feature called Suspend. And I'm going to explain to you how it works and how you can set it to work in your favor. Okay, this is Suspend in action. Okay, and especially for those of you who are trading of funded accounts, you'll find this feature very, very useful because it's a risk and equity management feature 2-in-1. Okay, now if you have been backtesting your strategy, you would know that normally you don't get a graph that looks like this, whereby you have a sharp fall and then you have an increase again, that sharp increase like almost immediately, a flat line, and yeah, that kind of thing. Okay, this is Suspend in action. Okay, now normally you get graphs that looks like this. Okay, profit, and if the blue line is below the green line, it is good. And or sometimes you have spikes. Okay, the blue line above the green line. Okay, and it can look like a curve, that kind of thing, like this. Okay, a curve above the green line, or it can be like sparks, spikes, that kind of thing. Okay, now what happened? Okay, now I've set the account to a certain to work in a certain way, suspend to work in a certain way, so that it will help me to protect my account. Okay, so basically you notice that this additional dashboard here, this is for Suspend. This shows you the settings again, and this is the status of what is happening right now. Okay, so what just happened earlier over here, it shows you that it kicks the smallest drawdown from the whole basket, and then after it kicked a total of positions valued at 144.50 cents. Okay, that means when Suspend kicked in and started kicking positions which are losing, so it has kicked a total of this amount. Okay, so what happened was, after it kicked those positions in that amount, it tried to recover because I have reclaimed over here, full reclaim, try to reach back or try to hit how much that was lost. Okay, and the new target profit is based on this one. Okay, how many positions, then that kind of thing. Okay, so this change. Okay, or else this would have been like 12 plus. Okay, to cover this and to meet the new target profit, that kind of thing. Okay, so now what we're going to do next is we're going to look into the settings. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you what happened exactly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this. Okay, and I'm going to go into the expert settings. Okay, and we're going to look at Suspend. Okay, now by default you have this disabled, but for this video I've set it to enable, and these values are key in with intention in mind. Okay, so now I'll explain to you what each parameter, what they do, and how you can set it. Okay, starting position, very straightforward. Okay, at which position in the basket do you want Suspend to kick in? Now, if you are using a strategy that uses martingale, you would know that when you have X amount of position in the basket, you're safe. Or when you have the extra 1 to 2 positions, then it raises a red flag, that kind of thing. Okay, so you want to set Suspend to start working at those positions whereby the red flag is raised, or you can just set it to 1. Okay, so the moment it starts trading, then Suspend will start monitoring. Okay, then you have the second parameter to help you to tighten, when Suspend starts to interrupt your trades. Okay, so you set the minimum drawdown, okay, the range that you want, that you allow that the EA to still trade even when it is in a negative floating profit, that kind of thing. Okay, so the minimum set drawdown, okay, or the maximum drawdown. Okay, so you allow this drawdown to you only allow this amount of drawdown. Okay, now these values are basically because based on FTMO's 25k challenge. Okay, so that's where I'm getting these values at. Okay, so the 5k challenge, your daily loss allowed, that means your floating profit would be 1250. Okay, and your account's loss would be 2500. Okay, now I've said before, do not set your drawdowns or your stop losses at the exact value, because if you are using a strategy that uses martingale, that means you have multiple positions and sometimes it lags. Okay, from your VPS to the broker, or sometimes the broker is congested, not able to handle so many requests. You need that a little bit more time to push those instructions through from your EA. Okay, so you want to set it a little bit lower. So I'm allowed 1250, but I've set it to 1150. Okay, so it starts monitoring from 1,000 negative floating profit, and I'm only allowing like 150 allowance. Okay, now do you want to include daily profit? Now for FTMO, they allow you to have like a maximum daily loss, which includes your daily profit. Okay, so let's say you have gain like $300 for that day. Like today you have gained $300, so instead of 1250 you get 1550. That's what it means. Okay, so do you want to include it? So if yes, then it will account for the profit you have for the day. If not, then no. Okay, so max account loss, okay, 2450. Okay, remember for 25k is 2500. You may want to set this to 2400 also. Okay, so that it gives you that it's safer basically. Okay, now so once these conditions are met, what do you want the EA to do next? Okay, what do you want the suspend feature to do next? Okay, do you want to keep the basket of losing positions, or you want Suspend to help you to manage those losing positions so that it buys you time? I'm not sure whether you notice this, that sometimes you have a very nice basket, that reversal or pullback is bound to happen, but it didn't happen on that particular candle. It happened on the next 2 to 3 candles. Okay, and yeah, because of that, you might have been stop up, margin call, okay, because of those 2 to 3 candles. Now, would it be nice that if you could have kicked like 1-2 positions which are not useful to the basket, which may not help you to recover, and you keep that that portion of that part of the basket, so that when market retraces or reversal happens, it will help you to recover those losing trades. Okay, this is what happens. Okay, so you want Suspend to do what? Okay, by default it's disabled, and you can choose whether you want Suspend to kick the position in the basket with the biggest drawdown, the second biggest drawdown, the smallest drawdown, or the second biggest drawdown. Okay, so when you kick those positions, it simply creates room for your for your basket to still trade before it stops out. Okay, now stop loss is a very harsh way to to close a basket of positions, to exit a trade. It's a very harsh way. So I thought that when I have this feature coded, I had in mind that how nice if I'm able to just cut half of my losses, keeping half of the basket open, and when the market reverses, I'll still be in profit. I would not have such a big dent on my account, and I'll be able to recover much faster. Okay, so I had this in mind when I had it coded this way, so that you do not need to close the whole basket. I mean, come on, 2 more candles, let's say, then the market reverses. Wouldn't it be nice that that current basket that is losing can survive or can hold for another 2 candles, like another 30 minutes, then you see the profits come in. Isn't that nice? Right. Okay, so yeah, that's what kick do. Okay, so you want it to kick what kind of position? Now, normally in the basket of positions for martingale, the first position will have incurred the biggest drawdown, and the last position in the basket, normally the one with the biggest lot size, would have the smallest drawdown. That is, if it is like opened last and market reverses almost immediately after, and not after a certain period of time whereby the basket is open. Because if after a certain period of time the basket is open and Suspend has kicked in, that means the biggest position will have the biggest drawdown. Okay, because it has bigger lot size, right? Okay, so yeah, how you want the EA to handle those positions left in the basket. Okay, now after kicking the position, the losing positions, what do you want Suspend to do next? Okay, to start opening new positions, or to continue opening new positions even though it is still going towards the losing side of the market, or you want it to like if the whole basket is still with a negative floating profit, no new positions are open, okay, and only to open new positions when the basket is like in positive floating profit again, okay. So what you want it to do, okay. Now after kicking one position, how many seconds you want it to wait, okay, before kicking the next position. Now if you set this to 0, it will just like kick all the positions in the basket, okay, and then Suspend won't be able to work effectively that way, okay. So ideally you want it to be like wait a little while, kick one position, wait, kick another position, it's not happening, wait, that kind of thing, okay. Now let's say if there's one last position in the basket, what do you want Suspend to do, okay. So by default you can close the whole basket when this candle closed. It's like, okay, I've already given up, I've already waited long enough, and this is not it, okay. Market's not gonna reverse or pullback's not gonna happen, that kind of thing, okay. So when this candle close, the whole basket will close, okay. So this is basically what it means with the last position in the basket. Or you wait for next 3 candles to close before the whole basket closes, okay. Who knows, in the next 2 candles the market reverses, that kind of thing, okay, and you will still have the big lot size position left in the basket perhaps, okay, and it will help you to recover that, okay. Or you want Suspend to wait for Reclaim. Now Reclaim is the last module in this feature whereby it will help you to recover the losses that you have incurred from your losing positions, okay. Reclaim, okay, so what you have lost you try to get back, basically that's what it means, okay. And you can choose, let's say I want Reclaim, okay, you can choose how much you want to reclaim, okay. Default is disabled, you want to reclaim 25% of what you have lost, 50%, 75%, or you want the full reclaim of the whole amount that you have lost from the positions that were kicked, okay, in the time when Suspend help you to manage those losing positions, okay. Now the last one would be complete, okay. What this means is once the Suspend cycle completes what you want the EA to do, okay. So once it completes, you want it to continue trading, okay, or you want it to pause for 1 hour. Now I feel this is good because sometimes when you have like NFP, and then the market is very, very volatile, you want to like, okay, I want to get out of this basket as soon as possible, and I want to, just stop trading, during that hour or 2, okay, and wait till market stabilizes again, okay. So you can choose this option, okay. So once the basket closes, then it will pause trading for an hour, or you want to stop the EA entirely until you return to the dashboard, okay. Now I'll add this, that this account max loss, once it has reached this amount or this figure, your EA will stop trading entirely, okay, until you return and to reset the EA, that kind of thing, okay. So I hope that this video will help you to understand how Suspend can play a very important part, and you have seen from the graph, okay, how it work, okay, how Suspend help to recover the amount that was lost from the losing positions, okay. It's lagging, so I couldn't close this window, so yeah. So I hope that it has been helpful, and if you have any questions about about this feature Suspend, please feel free to ask me via PM, general discussion, or in Goldmaster Signature channel. You can just post there how to set it. I'll answer you as fast as possible. Now for some of you will have already known that I've gotten a baby girl, and I've not been trading as much as I would love to like before, so I've got to take care of her, that kind of thing, okay. So this is Suspend, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and see you in the next video. See ya, bye.